I don't have many memories of my early childhood, but strangely enough, one of them involves Dragon Warrior. I remember being terrified of the game. I would watch someone play it and it scared the heck out of me. Being attacked randomly by monsters was hard enough, but the music that was playing was simply too stressful for me, even more so when your HP got so low that the screen would turn red. Years later, I would finally give this game a proper chance, but never was able to complete it thanks to my NES cartridge erasing itself many times. It's a problem I've had with most battery-packed NES games because I never knew you were supposed to hold the reset button when you turned your machine off. Thanks to Jarrod and his Christmas presents, I was finally able to complete Dragon Quest. The game has aged wonderfully. The remake does have some improvements that makes the game a bit easier to play. What I like the most about the upgrade is that enemies actually give you a decent amount of XP this time around, so it takes a lot less time to level up. As far as visuals go, it's a hit and miss. The towns and castles look a lot better than they did in the NES version. Shops and inns actually look the part now. The only issue I have is that there are far better looking games on the Super Nintendo. For example, the overall in the remake and in the NES version basically look almost the same. I would have liked a better overall visual upgrade, but I guess you just can't have everything. The idea behind Dragon Quest is extremely simple. You'll start the game and there's this king around whose daughter was kidnapped by a dragon or something, and he'll ask you to help him. So basically just go outside and your adventure begins. One of my favorite aspects of the Dragon Quest series is exploration. I always found that visiting a new area was exciting. You never know just what kind of monster you're gonna encounter. It's just so much fun to try and make it to the next town without dying. The nostalgia factor helps a lot as this game is simply a classic and it's fun to revisit it to see all the little changes the remake has brought. I also love the challenge. It's a lot more forgivable now because grinding takes less time. Still, the final boss killed me before I even had a chance to do a single move. If that's not classic 80s RPG gameplay, I don't know what is. The storyline is extremely basic: rescue a princess from a dragon and then go kill the evil guy. I wouldn't have it any other way. The biggest problem I have with the original Dragon Quest is that it's basically a grind fest. The game takes roughly around 6 hours to complete depending on your previous experience, but 95% of your time will be spent leveling up. If you remove grinding from the experience, the game could be completed in about 20 minutes. So if grinding is one of the reasons you stop playing Japanese role-playing games, Dragon Quest won't change your mind. Still, even with the grinding issue mentioned before, I personally cannot recommend this game enough. It's worth the trip alone because this game is basically responsible for the birth of the console RPG. The remake is a huge improvement over the original Dragon Warrior, so I highly recommend you check it out. I will now take on Dragon Quest II, so expect more coverage in the coming weeks. For the full written review, head to projectcoe.com.